Today, we're embarking on a journey into a fundamental element that shapes the essence of shutter speed. If you've ever marveled at how photographers freeze a speeding athlete mid-air or capture the gentle flow of a waterfall, you're in for a treat. Join me as we explore the magic and mechanics behind shutter speed and how mastering it can transform the way you capture the world. Now, let's kick things off by breaking down the concept of shutter speed. In the simplest terms, shutter speed refers to the duration for which your camera's shutter remains open during the process of capturing an image. It's measured in seconds or fractions of a second, and the values you'll encounter, like 1/1000 or 1/30, signify the length of time the shutter stays open. This seemingly small detail plays a monumental role in determining how your photos turn out. Understanding the measurement of shutter speed is akin to learning the language of photography. When we talk about a shutter speed of 1/1000, it means the shutter is open for 1/1000th of a second. This measurement helps us grasp the concept that faster shutter speeds, represented by smaller fractions, result in shorter exposure times. On the contrary, slower shutter speeds, indicated by larger fractions, mean a longer time for the shutter to stay open. Stick with me as we decipher these numerical values and unveil their significance in the photographic world. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's delve into how shutter speed impacts exposure. The relationship is intuitive. A faster shutter speed allows less light to hit the camera sensor, resulting in a darker image. Conversely, a slower shutter speed permits more light, creating a brighter image. Mastering this balance is crucial for achieving the right exposure for your shot. As we explore further, you'll gain insights into how to wield shutter speed to achieve your desired lighting effects. Here's where the magic of shutter speed truly comes to life: its role in freezing motion or introducing captivating blur. Imagine freezing the wings of a hummingbird mid-flight or capturing the graceful flow of a dancer's movements. Fast shutter speeds, like 1/1000 or higher, enable you to seize these moments with incredible detail. On the flip side, slower shutter speeds, such as 1/30 or even slower, introduce a sense of motion, creating an artistic blur that can add depth and emotion to your images. Stick with me as we explore real-world examples and techniques to master the dynamic capabilities of shutter speed. Beyond its technical applications, shutter speed emerges as a powerful tool for creative expression in photography. From the excitement of panning to the tranquility of long exposure shots, shutter speed empowers photographers to infuse their unique style into each frame. We'll unravel the artistic potential of adjusting shutter speed, unlocking a realm of possibilities that allow you to tell compelling visual stories through your lens. To truly grasp the finesse of photography, it's essential to understand how shutter speed and aperture dance together. These two elements, along with ISO, form the holy trinity of exposure. Imagine orchestrating a perfect symphony where shutter speed controls the duration of the notes and aperture adjusts the volume. Achieving harmony between these settings is the secret sauce for well-balanced exposures. Join me as we explore this intricate relationship, providing you with the knowledge to orchestrate the perfect exposure in any shooting scenario. Now that you're equipped with the foundational knowledge, let's dive into practical tips and best practices for leveraging shutter speed effectively. Whether you're under the blazing sun or navigating the challenges of a low-light environment, these insights will serve as your guide. I'll share tips on choosing the right shutter speed for specific scenarios and addressing common challenges photographers encounter. By the end of this segment, you'll be armed with the tools to navigate shutter speed with confidence and finesse. Now that you're gearing up to put your newfound knowledge into action, let's explore some practical tips and best practices to ensure you wield shutter speed with finesse in various shooting scenarios. When you find yourself under the bright sun, consider using higher shutter speeds, around 1/1000 or faster, to capture crisp details and prevent overexposure. Conversely, in low-light conditions, don't shy away from using slower shutter speeds, but be mindful of the potential for camera shake. To combat this, a general rule of thumb is to match your shutter speed to the focal length of your lens. For example, if you're using a 50 mm lens, aim for a minimum shutter speed of 1/50th to reduce the risk of blur. Additionally, experiment with different shutter speeds to create artistic effects. For fast-moving subjects, try panning with a slower shutter speed to capture a sense of motion, while long exposure shots can turn even mundane scenes into captivating dreamlike landscapes. And here's a pro tip. When shooting handheld, consider utilizing image stabilization or increasing your ISO to maintain a balance between shutter speed and exposure. These practical insights will empower you to navigate the complexities of shutter speed, unlocking a world of creative possibilities in your photography journey. As we approach the conclusion, let's debunk some common myths that might be clouding your understanding of shutter speed. From the misconception that the fastest shutter speed is always the best to the unfounded fear of using slower speeds, we'll separate fact from fiction. Clearing up these misconceptions will empower you to make informed decisions based on your unique shooting scenarios. Stick with me as we unveil the truth behind these myths. As we demystify the world of shutter speed, it's crucial to address some persistent myths that might be influencing your approach to photography. One prevailing myth is the belief that the fastest shutter speed is always the best choice. While high shutter speeds are excellent for freezing action, they might not be the ideal solution in every scenario. It's essential to consider the specific context of your shot. For instance, using an excessively fast shutter speed in low light conditions may result in underexposed images. Another misconception worth debunking is the fear of using slower shutter speeds. While it's true that slow shutter speeds can introduce blur, it's not necessarily something to be feared. In fact, deliberately using slower speeds can be a creative choice, adding a dynamic and artistic quality to your photographs. By dispelling these myths, we empower photographers to approach shutter speed with a nuanced understanding, enabling them to make informed decisions based on the unique requirements of each shot. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all rule. It's about finding the right balance that aligns with your creative vision and the conditions you're working in. And there you have it, a comprehensive exploration of shutter speed, from its definition to creative applications and debunking myths along the way. Before we part ways, I encourage you to share your thoughts, experiences, or any questions you might have in the comments below. Your engagement is what makes this community thrive. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more photography insights, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future video. Happy shooting, and I'll catch you in the next one.